Long ago, in the ancient land of Nicalo, a village rested between golden fields and towering mountains. The people of Nicalo were peaceful farmers, hunters, and storytellers who feared only one thing: the forbidden forest. They said no bird sang within its shadows, no wind dared to pass through its trees, and those who entered never returned. The elders claimed the forest was alive, not with animals, but with spirits older than time itself. And yet, despite the warnings, one young girl would one day step beyond that invisible line, and her name would be remembered for generations. Her name was Amina, daughter of Kofi the hunter and Nuru the healer. Amina had eyes that sparkled like dawn light and a heart filled with restless curiosity. From childhood, she would sit beside the fire, listening to the village elders tell stories of ancient gods, magical beasts, and cursed lands. But what captured her heart most was the story of the forbidden forest, a tale of mystery that the old ones never finished. They would say, "What lies beyond those trees is not meant for human eyes." Yet Amina always wondered, what if the forest was not cursed, but misunderstood? Her father had disappeared when she was only 10 reigns old. He had gone hunting near the forest and never returned. Some said the spirits took him. Others whispered that he broke the sacred laws of nature. But Amina never believed the stories. Deep in her dreams, she could still hear his voice calling her name, soft as the wind. Amina, come. Years passed. Amina grew into a young woman, graceful, yet stubborn. She helped her mother heal the sick, learn the herbs of the land, and listen to the whispers of the wind. Still, the forest called to her. One night, as the moon turned red, the night of the blood moon, Amina felt something stir inside her soul. The air grew heavy, and a whisper brushed past her ear. "Come to me," it said again, faint but clear. Unable to resist, she wrapped her shawl around her shoulders, stepped quietly through the sleeping village, past the huts and the silent well. Even the dogs did not bark as she walked. When she reached the border of the forest, she hesitated. The trees rose before her like silent guards, their dark branches twisting into the sky. Amina took a deep breath and stepped inside. The air changed instantly. The smell of the earth was thick and old, as though it had kept secrets for centuries. Every footstep echoed softly, and the deeper she went, the quieter the world became. It was as if the forest was listening. The path was faintly lit by fireflies that danced like lost stars, leading her toward something unseen. She walked for what felt like hours until she came to a great clearing. In the center stood a massive baobab tree, its trunk glowing faintly with golden veins, pulsing like a heartbeat. As Amina approached, the air grew cold. Suddenly, a deep, ancient voice filled the clearing. "Why have you come, child of Nicalo?" Amina looked around but saw no one. "I seek my father," she said, her voice trembling. "He vanished here many seasons ago." The ground rumbled softly. The voice replied, "Those who enter do not leave unchanged. The forest keeps what is lost and reveals what must be found. Are you prepared to see the truth?" Amina hesitated, then nodded. "I am not afraid." The forest sighed, a sound like wind through 1,000 leaves, and 3 spirits appeared before her. They were shaped from mist and shadow, their eyes glowing like embers. Each one spoke with a different tone, one gentle, one cold, one fierce. The first spirit said, "To find what you seek, you must face what you fear." The second whispered, "Speak truth, even when it burns your soul." The third thundered, "Give what you love most, or the forest will keep you too." Before Amina could reply, the spirits raised their hands, and the world around her changed. Suddenly she stood in her own village, but it was not the same. She saw her father returning from a hunt, carrying the skin of a rare leopard. The villagers gathered around, eyes burning with envy. That night they came for him, not the spirits, but his own people. Greed had led them to betrayal, and they left him wounded near the forest to die, blaming the forest for his disappearance. Amina fell to her knees as the vision faded. Her heart ached with pain and anger. "They lied," she whispered. "They killed him." The first spirit stepped closer. "Now you know the truth. What will you do with it? Destroy them or free them?" Tears streamed down her face, her fists clenched. She wanted revenge. But then she remembered her father's voice. Gentle, calm, forgiving. He had always taught her that hatred chains the soul. Slowly, Amina reached into her shawl and pulled out her father's old hunting necklace, the only memory she carried. She placed it at the base of the glowing tree. "I give what I love most," she said softly. "Let his spirit rest, and let my people learn truth through me." A sudden gust of wind swept through the clearing. The tree glowed brighter, its light spreading like sunrise. The spirits bowed their heads. "The forest remembers the brave. You are free, Amina of Enkalo." The light enveloped her completely, warm and blinding. Then everything went dark. When Amina opened her eyes, she found herself standing at the edge of the forest again. Dawn had broken, painting the sky in gold. In her hand lay a single golden leaf, warm to the touch, shining faintly with the light of the baobab. She walked back to her village, her heart heavy yet at peace. When she arrived, the people stared. They thought she was dead. Amina stood before them and told the truth. She spoke of greed, of the betrayal that took her father, and of the forest's forgiveness. The villagers wept, realizing their sin. Together they built a shrine at the edge of the forest, honoring Kofi the hunter and the spirits who guarded their land. From that day on, no one called it the Forbidden Forest again. They named it the Forest of Truth, a place of peace and wisdom. Children played near its edges, and elders told the story of the girl who walked into darkness and returned with light. Amina became the keeper of tales, traveling from village to village, teaching courage, forgiveness, and the power of truth. And even now, when the moon turns red and the wind whispers through the trees, the people of Enkalo say you can still hear her father's voice calling softly, not in sorrow, but in pride. "Amina, you are home."